The conservative brain is different than the liberal brain. If you understand this, then you'll understand a lot about how Trump has been using some of this information and the unconscious priming and, things that he is constantly hitting, right, that make use of this. Yesterday, I talked about the hypnotic principles underneath his handshake. Let's go deeper into some of the things he's stoking when he is, speaking. Almost every word out of his mouth hits these things. So the conservative brain, the region of the brain that processes fear, the right amygdala, is actually larger than the liberal brain. The liberal brain has a larger area that is dedicated to seeking novel information and adapting for that. So the conservative brain has much less disgust tolerance. This is important. They also filter towards the past, the liberals towards the future. So these are some of the mechanisms that Trump is hitting when he's constantly, through repetition, simplification, and repetition, stoking the fear, the disgust, and then he's got to channel that anger away from himself and the other billionaires and into where it'll support his policies. So how does he do this? First, you also have to understand the framing of the liberal and the conservative minds are different, right? They operate under a strict father figure, authority figure, family system frame, and the liberal is more of the maternal nurturant, right? That is, through a bunch of studies, what they've discovered. So Trump first talks about constantly, right? The fear. They're coming after you. They're coming after your job, your way of life. They're not like us. They're dirty. They come from, dirty cities or shithole countries. And that disgust, because Trump is a germaphobe, is very congruent. That resonates, cuts right through all the noise, goes right to their unconscious biases and disgust tolerance or lack of. So he gets them afraid, disgusted and afraid. Then he steps in as the father figure, the strict father figure. Day one, I'm going to be a dictator. I'm going to get those people. I'm going to deport them. I'm going to protect you and your family, right? Conservatives tend to be more religious, right? So then he's stoking that. Remember Trump selling Bibles, for fuck's sake? Good Lord. Anyway, he knows this. And so he keeps simplifying the message so it can be put on a goddamn bumper sticker on a hat, right? He keeps, through repetition, getting that in. Now, the next video will talk about how he safeguards his messaging, right? Which is another key important lesson to understand in why what is happening, and why when you try to have a conversation with the other side, it's like you're living in two different worlds, because you fucking are.